Welcome. By taking the time to listen to this CD, you are embarking on an exciting journey away from mere acceptance of the conventional wisdom on ADD/ADHD towards actively managing and overcoming the condition. I realize that this may sound like a very bold and overblown claim, but I make it with great confidence. A wise man once observed that the problem with common sense is that it is not very common. He might have added that much of what we accept as common sense is often plain wrong and or the result of careful maneuvering by those with hidden agendas. I firmly believe that this is the case with how ADD/ADHD is viewed and treated in our society. Conventional wisdom tells us that a diagnosis must inevitably be followed by the prescription of powerful psychostimulant medication. The purpose of this CD is to challenge this conventional wisdom by exposing its roots and also by pointing the way to an alternative and much more effective way of dealing with the condition. There are quite a few reasons why I feel so passionate about this. Many of these will become apparent as you go along, but it would perhaps be good to spell some of them out right here at the outset. Corporate greed sits behind the massive rise in ADD/ADHD prescriptions. There is nothing inherently wrong with the profit motive. It is, in fact, one of the building blocks of any successful economy. We should all be concerned, however, when the desire for profit overrides all other considerations, including the well-being of individuals and society. ADHD medications are some of the best and most consistent sources of profit for many of the large drug companies. By promoting medication as the only effective way of dealing with the condition, they can therefore significantly bolster their bottom line. It should therefore come as no surprise that the most popular ADD/ADHD medicines have multi-million-dollar marketing budgets behind them. This raises the obvious question of motives. Are these drugs being marketed so aggressively to serve the greater good or to keep shareholders happy? In my opinion, you would have to be very naive to choose for the first option. Professionals and caregivers are often not aware of alternative approaches. The marketing of medication as the only effective and realistic option for treating ADD/ADHD has been so effective and pervasive that even many highly educated professionals are buying into its basic assumptions. The push to medicate most often comes from teachers who feel that this is the best route to a stable and peaceful classroom environment. These teachers are often well-meaning, but also seriously misinformed. The sad fact is, however, that the physicians to whom they refer children do not, in most cases, contradict their assessment that medication is necessary. There are many medical professionals who will respond to the slightest hint of ADD/ADHD with a knee-jerk prescription, simply because they have been conditioned to do so. ADD/ADHD drugs are dangerous. All of the above would perhaps not have been so serious if the medication in question was essentially harmless. This is, however, certainly not the case with the drugs that are regularly prescribed to ADD/ADHD patients. These drugs exert a powerful influence on the nervous system and have been reliably linked to a host of side effects, from loss of motivation to suicidal thoughts. The dangers of these drugs will be explored further as we continue. Suffice it to say that I have serious reservations about a strategy that has as its central plank the drugging of a significant portion of an entire generation. There are safe and effective alternatives. The rush to immediately medicate all cases of ADD/ADHD, many of which are the result of misdiagnosis, is even more frustrating when you stop to consider the fact that it is so unnecessary. There are many alternative approaches that can deliver excellent and lasting results. This is, in fact, what the 3 steps to conquering ADD is all about. Keep listening for an informed and lively discussion of why these alternative approaches are so valuable and effective. I realize that the statements I made above may appear slightly controversial to some. Any challenge to the conventional wisdom tends to have this effect on people. This is why I intend to back them up with hard facts based on the latest research into the causes of ADD, ADHD and its treatment. Along the way, we will also take a look at the exact nature of the condition, including probable causes and the impact of ADD, ADHD on proper brain function. My goal with all of this is to provide you with solid, unbiased information to help you make the best possible decisions when it comes to the management of ADD, ADHD. I want to share this information with you because I am convinced that you and your family will be so much better off if you decide to follow the path of unconventional wisdom. This is not merely my own opinion. The 3 steps that will be profiled here have helped many individuals to successfully overcome ADD, ADHD. You can be one of them. Stay tuned to find out how.